Dan, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Morning.
As you reflect back on Sunday, what bothered you most about the team performance?
We just didn't play well enough. That's probably what bothered me. I thought we would come out and be a little more crisp, certainly. And we were off. We were a little bit off, really in all three phases, and tried to crawl back in that game and just couldn't quite, close it out. So, but listen, you live, you learn, you clean it up, and you move on.
Jared Goff was under duress a lot of that game, and it appeared like most of that pressure was coming up the middle, whether it was blitz or just guys losing matchups. Has the inexperience of the interior of that offensive line or just the lack of the consistent play, has it limited your guys' ability to call plays? Has it limited the playbook?
Well, look, it's going to take some things out of what you do for sure, but it doesn't take you entirely out of everything. And I know there's some things we can get to a little bit quicker, which is on all of us. But at the same token, we got to be able to protect, man. We can't look. Every team in this league runs freaking cross dog, so we got to be ready for it. We have to handle it. We can be better, and then we can adjust too as coaches. But it's a combination of things. It's everybody being on the same page. It's how you set when some of these pick stunts are coming. I mean, it all matters, and it doesn't matter if you're young or if you're a veteran, man. You got to do it right every time, and there's no room for error. So, and then when I don't care what quarterback it is, when you hit them enough early, it can have an effect, and then that's the way it goes.
Is offensive line a target today on deadline day?
We've looked there for sure,
What specifically are traits, I'm sure versatility, what are the things you look for?
Anything that we feel like would upgrade us.
How much of those conversations will you be a part of today with Brad Holmes? We've talked a lot about the relationship that you guys have. It feels like, it's one mind. How much of that will you be a part of today?
As long as I'll be a part of it. If he knows that it's somebody that is worth me looking at and the price is right. If the price isn't right, it's not going to happen. And so I don't even want to know about it. I'm trying to get ready for these guys. Like I'm trying to get ready for Washington. So if it's noteworthy, then Brad will bring it to me. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So, we'll see.
O-line trades rarely happen. Why do you think that is, that those positions are so rarely traded for in season?
Well, because they're hard to – it's hard to get rid of them if you're the other team. So if you are, you're going to ask an astronomical amount, because as the later the season goes, it's hard to find bigs. They don't just fall off trees. So that's normal, especially tackles.
Yeah. We saw Brandon Graham come out of retirement for the Eagles, and Frank was obviously a beloved member of this team. The fans loved him. Has there been any consideration of giving him a call to see if he'd want to finish out the season?
Well, here's what I know about Frank. If Frank really wanted to, he would be blowing my phone up, and I haven't gotten a text yet. So I think Frank is feeling good about his decision. And look, they just had another baby, so happy for them. And that ship has sailed.
Talking to Lions head coach Dan Campbell, how much pressure is there to keep up with other teams at the trade deadline, like Philadelphia reigning champs? They go out and add a pass rusher. How much of that is something the organization has to consider today?
I'll be honest with you, that's never crossed my mind. What you just said is trying to keep up with somebody in a trade war. You didn't word it that way. I shouldn't say that, but I don't see it that way. Look, they made moves that they feel like is good for them, and it was worth it for them. And that's good, man. To each team his own, but we're going to do what we feel like is right for us, and the right fit at the right price with the right guys, and we've always been that way. I mean, we're not changing our stripes.
In the absence of any additions today, what does the depth look like on the offensive line? Is it Coyote that's going in there at left guard, and we saw Taylor Decker get nicked up a little bit. How's he doing, and your expectations of him being able to play against Washington?
Well, it seemed a little more positive as of last night, as to he and Panay both, but I still don't know for sure. I see Yodi. I see Cologne getting some reps at guard, maybe center as well. I mean, we may mix some things up here and move some guys around a little bit. I'm still thinking through all this while I'm getting ready for these guys and game planning. But and then, we got Neese on vet squad. We got Cochran on vet squad. We got Kingsley on vet squad. So we've got options here, and it's about finding the right combination of guys, really, and then just letting them cut it loose, get used to each other, and freaking play relentless, hard-nosed, finishing football.
As you try and find that combination of five that gives you the best chance to win against Washington, any conversation, because we know that it happened during training camp with Tate Ratledge playing a little bit of center. Has he still been working at there behind the scenes, or is he just you want a young guy to focus in on one position?
Yeah, I would say I want Ratledge just to hone in on guard right now. Once we decided to make that move, he still takes snaps, but really it's about, he needs to improve at the right guard position. He has to get better at it, and he is, and he will.
A lot of talk about the offensive line. I want to flip over to defense. Kirby Joseph, that knee injury, is it maybe more severe than you guys initially thought? What's the update on him as the week gets going here?
Well, the irritation is not going away as fast as we had hoped. So there is improvement, but it's just not quite there yet. And we're not going to force this thing until we get it as calm down as we possibly can, because we don't want to if we can keep from it, we don't want to have to revisit this every week once he comes back. Now, maybe that happens anyway, whenever he comes back. But yeah, we were hoping it would resolve itself a little bit quicker, cleaner. It's just not there yet.
You guys have been so good against the run up until Sunday with Minnesota. What were some of the challenges you guys had of stopping Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason?
Man, just everybody doing their job, fitting your gap, man. We've done such a great job, but there again, no different than on offense or O-line play or run game or, man, the defense, everybody fills their gap, and one guy gets out of it, and it kills you. And then it hits the second line, we miss a tackle. So it's really three of those runs is one guy here, one guy there. And really three of the runs was really one guy. So we'll get that cleaned up. It'll be addressed. It's been addressed. It'll be addressed again. And, you can't be a liability when it comes to the run game, because that's what we cannot allow. We have to be able to run the football, and we have to stop the run on defense.
Talking to Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Anything extra with Washington this week?
No, what do you mean extra?
Like just, that you guys played them in the playoffs, and maybe it's a game you would have circled, plus trying to bounce back from last week. Just, is there anything extra?
No, look, this is about getting back on our feet. We earned that loss against Minnesota. They came in, they played well, they did everything right, we did everything wrong. Doesn't mean that we didn't have guys play good in spurts, some better than others, but in the totality, we didn't coach, including me. I didn't coach well enough, and we didn't play well enough. So, man, this is about getting back on our feet, and let's play good winning football. That's all we need to worry about right now. The other stuff, it's irrelevant. Let's get back to the basics of what we do, the fundamentals, the technique, and let's go compete.
One more for me, Dan. When you're looking at the offense, we'll flip back to that side. Third downs have been an issue, and some of it is down in distance, being better on first and second down. But in the last couple of years, that number 3 receiver has been key in being able to convert some of those third downs. He's been a target. Isaac Tesla, are you looking to get him more involved, especially in some of those third down situations?
I'd like to get him on the field a little bit more. We came out of the bye, and there was a couple of things that we noticed, and wanted to get Leaf more involved. And we didn't necessarily get that going last week, but we need to get Leaf involved. We need to get Tesla involved. you know, and so much of that is, you know, it's like the perfect storm, because talk about third down. Well, you convert, now you can get more touches for everybody, and then that helps everybody. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to get him on the field a little bit more. He's doing a good job for us on special teams, which is exactly one of the roles we envisioned him on, and then growing in the receiver position. So yeah, I mean, certainly I see him playing a little bit more on offense this week than he did last week.
Dan, last one for me. I know you talked about coming out of bye week and trying to get this thing going. If you could just speak to the sense of urgency you guys feel with this stretch coming up right now.
Well, look, there is a sense of urgency. You know, everything's out in front of us, and there's so much football left. Man, our crew, our guys, they know what this is all about, you know, and there's not one guy that left that locker room or came in yesterday that didn't feel crappy about the way that went down. But we also know, you stare in the mirror and you know it's on us. We did that to ourselves, and we're not going to go in the tank. We're not going to lose confidence. We go back to work, we clean it up, and we come out and play better. And that's what we're going to do this week. So, man, that's the mindset. You move forward.
All right, last year when we had you on at the deadline, Za'Darius was breaking mid-interview. Last chance to break some trade deadline news with us.
What about Za'Darius?
I said I think last year we had you on right around the time that deal was becoming official. I was joking. If you had any last-minute opportunity to break some news with us here, let us know. But obviously we'll stay tuned for 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, well, my athlete's foot is gone.
Breaking news siren. We'll make sure to update everybody.
Been itching like hell.
Dan, as
Thanks,
always,
Dan.
thank you.
All right, have a good one.
All right, see ya.